Hello everybody and welcome to the United Stand. It's not the United Stand, it's Mark Goldbridge, that's football. I'm just in a rhythm of frequency. Hope you're doing very well anyway. We've got a double header for you tonight. Arsenal, Southampton, and obviously Liverpool Spurs, massive game that is. Doing Arsenal versus Southampton on this channel, so make sure you smash a like and get involved. And then on Paddy Power at 8 o'clock I will be doing Liverpool versus Spurs, and the link's in the video description for that one. So we're up and running. The reason I'm doing this game is that I've actually put some tweets out since the weekend about Arteta and some behaviour from Arsenal fans, and I've got no right to say what I'm about to say. Also, there's a lot of games going on tonight as well. There's 3 games going on at 6 o'clock and 3 games going on at 8 o'clock, so we've got lots of football to keep in touch with. But I just feel that, you know, and it's not all Arsenal fans. There are Arsenal fans out there that are on the same page with me. Ewan Black, it's Flex and Ricky at 7 o'clock, because it's all about tactics and Ricky's got something to say. So I don't have a massive problem with some Arsenal fans, because I think they're on the same page as what some of us think. But this whole Arteta out t-shirt shit and get rid of Arteta, I mean, it's so small-minded, and I'm not even an Arsenal fan, because he's not even been in the job a year. And the problem for me, as an outsider, is that it's so obvious. Your players are crap. They are crap. And I know, like people say it about Bruno and stuff like that. I mean, Bruno's quite clearly not crap, and you know, Marcus Rashford's clearly not crap. And you know, we've got good players. Arsenal beat us like 6 weeks ago, and they've not won since. And that to me absolutely shows the Arsenal won an FA Cup. Didn't he beat Liverpool and Man City at the end of the season in the league as well? Like, Arteta has shown an ability as Arsenal manager, but he is massively limited by the problems that have been fracturing that football club for years now. I mean, look, he's hampered with this Ozil thing, 350k a week, and he's just a Twitter star. Gives a contract to Aubameyang and he stops playing. So the player power at Arsenal, for me, is the big problem. And I think too many players get protected and too many players get away with it. And actually, it's a team game, and you know, you're only as weak as your weakest players. And I think Arsenal have contributed to their own downfall, really. I think this game's massive, though. Arsenal currently are in 15th place. There is a scenario where they go 16th tonight. If Brighton were to beat Fulham and Arsenal were to lose tonight, then Arsenal would be down to 16th place. They're currently 5 points off the relegation zone, and you know, again, if Fulham were to win, that could be a problem for them. So we'll be keeping over that. But the team news is as such: Leno in goal, Maitland-Niles, Holding, Gabriel, Tierney, Elneny, Ceballos, and then Pepe, Nketiah, Saka, and Aubameyang. So to me, and Arsenal fans will tell me if I'm wrong, this is a back five, which is something Arteta's used a lot, which I'm confused about. But it looks like it'll be Maitland-Niles and Saka as the sort of wing backs, Holding, Gabriel and Tierney as a back three, Elneny, Ceballos, and then Pepe, Nketiah and Aubameyang as the front three. Lacazette, Willian, David Luiz all on the bench. Obviously no Xhaka because of his red card. Now Southampton are a threat here. They're 4th in the league. If they were to win today, they would actually go top of the league for a little bit of time if Leicester don't win. Leicester playing Everton at the same time. McCarthy in goal, Walker-Peters, Bednarek, Vestergaard, Bertrand, Armstrong, Ward-Prowse, Romu, Walcott, Ings, Adams. They're a good team. They've got a good coach. And it's going to be a very, very, very interesting game. And Arsenal's fixtures don't get any better. We'll talk about that, I'm sure, during the show. But it's going to be interesting how this goes. And, you know, I actually think Arsenal are going to get something out of this. I know that sounds ridiculous because they've been so poor this season. But I just think that they have to get something out of this, don't they? And I think that they will get something out of it. I'm just putting a tweet out there. Sorry, I just went a bit quiet there. How are we all doing? I am doing a Liverpool watch-along, Joe Pattinson, yes. Excited for this tonight. Really excited for it. It's a weird one because it's actually on Amazon, which means I normally am watching the telly like this and look like this. I'll actually have, because it's on Amazon Prime, I'm going to split my screen. So basically I'll have the live comments and this. So I will be looking straight forward all the time, which is unusual for me because if it's on Sky or BT, I've got my other monitor there that plugs in through to the Skybox. So this is going to be on the telly. So there you go. Love it when it's on Amazon, says Bradley Giblin. I'm not a massive fan. I don't mind Amazon. I just, it's a bit. I don't mind it. I don't mind it. Arsenal will be greatly missed in the Prem, says Peter. And win for us tonight. Arsenal win, we can take over the Saints. And if Saints win, there's the comedy of Arsenal losing again, says Michael Twiddy. Well, I think it's a really important night for everybody, isn't it? Man City dropped points again last night. Chelsea lost again last night. Liverpool play Spurs. Southampton, Leicester playing as well. They're up near the top. So I feel like there's it's a very interesting night of football, even if your club's not playing. Now, I'm a United fan. We play tomorrow night. We could really benefit if Liverpool and Spurs draw, and if Arsenal take something off Southampton, that probably wouldn't be a bad result for us, although I'd laugh just the same if they didn't. But I think this is going to be a good game. I think at the weekend, losing to Burnley, Arsenal were favourites. Tonight, I don't know that Arsenal are favourites, and I think the issue with Arsenal tonight is that they are almost underdogs. As stupid as that sounds, they are underdogs, I feel, because there's no doubt that they've got good players. I'm not going to doubt that in the slightest. But, you are where you are in the league, and you deserve to be where you are in the league because you're not doing very well. And it's as simple as that. And I know I'm sounding a bit like Michael Owen there, but you are where you are in the league because of that. And we're about ready to go here, which is good. Here is a question and something to keep your eye on. Is Nicolas Pepe a better player than Theo Walcott? Says Yazza Said. And first time in a while, I want Arsenal not to lose. We can help out at this end of the table. It will also give DT a break, says Luke Mason. Yeah, they're under a bit of pressure, aren't they? But look, we're about to kick off here. Get your score predictions in. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw, which I think would be nice. Nice. Such a shit word, nice, isn't it? I'll tell you what, I'm also experiencing the bad side of Christmas today. I've ate too much. Only really, Christmas is just a time where I eat too much, and I've ate way too much. So yeah, the bad side of Christmas starts for Goldbridge early with eating too much. Thoughts on Big Sam? Says same, Big Sam. Although, having said that, I say it's the bad side of Christmas, eating too much. There are people out there who haven't got enough to eat, so it's, that's not the bad side for them. They'd love to eat food that they haven't got. So I was going to say shout out to them. That's not what I meant to say. I mean, there's people off less fortunate than yourselves, so be grateful for being full up, or actually feel a little bit greedy, which is what I do right now. Chicken and chorizo with loads of bread. Yeah. So it's all right. I'll have a gin and tonic in a minute. That'll make me feel all right. Boxing Day last year. We have kicked off, by the way. Boxing Day last year, I absolutely stuffed myself with food on Christmas Day. I still felt full on Boxing Day morning, and I was like, oh, it's ruined my day. And then my brother-in-law said, do you want to go down the pub? And I was like, begrudgingly, I will go down the pub. I had about 4 pints and I felt fine. And then I had a load of chips and cold turkey for tea. So, anyway, boring story. The game has kicked off. All eyes on screen. Mark, keep your eye on number 4, Vestergaard, fast and very good in the air, says Jaden. Well, I think it's going to be a very interesting game. I've gone 2-2. It's clear that Mark loves food, says Dylan F. I do like food. Good shot. A first shot from Southampton there from distance. It was Che Adams. Just a little bit of a tester shot. And nothing comes of it. Nothing comes of that. Mark, if United were 15th, Ollie would be out by now, even if it was last season. Would you have wanted Ollie out in that case, is Daniel Ansari. The reason Arsenal fans cannot compare Ole Gunnar Solskjaer to Arteta and start saying Arteta out is because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has been in the job 2 years. Arteta's been there 1 year and he's won an FA Cup. You cannot sack a manager after 1 year. You can be sacked after 1 year if he puts Arsenal in the relegation zone, then of course he could get sacked. But the reality is, I think if Arsenal were to win tonight, they'd move up. No, they probably wouldn't actually. They probably wouldn't. I am doing the Liverpool Spurs game. Links to the video description for that one, which will be straight after this one. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Lots and lots of content on this channel. Everybody is welcome. And I'm watching this game out of interest tonight. One, because Southampton are having a great season, and I think it's a tough game for them, for Arsenal. And two, because I'm intrigued by this Arteta out nonsense, and I think it is nonsense. And I don't just want him to stay in a job because, you know, people want Ollie to stay in a job. People wanted us to pick Fellaini because they know that they're not good enough. I actually think Arteta's got potential. And I think that he... people telling me to stretch a little bit earlier. We're only 3 minutes in. I think Arteta has got a bit of potential. And, you know, I'm by no means am I an Arsenal fan. But this is a guy who sat next to Pep Guardiola. Why does he play a back five? Why does he play a back five and hit teams on the break? He's surely got more to him than this. So but Arsenal starting off a little bit lively here. I think the big, you know what? If somebody said to me what do you think the problem at Arsenal is, and it's a good question. I think that with Arsenal, the problem is they've got too many players like Xhaka, like David Luiz, like Pepe, like Lacazette, Bellerin. Players that wouldn't actually get the time of day at Liverpool or Manchester City. Good players, but I'm tempted to... weak mentality when it comes to top-level football. Not consistent enough. On their day, they can do something, but that day doesn't come around quick enough. And you need that. And also the problem for Arsenal is that all those players I've named are considered senior pros at that team. What they need is a Bruno Fernandes. United were in this problem before Bruno came in. A lot of players that are on a lot of good money but don't have the right mentality. Saka's down injured here at the moment. He's a player I really like at Arsenal. I really do like him. Problem at Arsenal are the fans, is priority. Well, I mean, that's probably not a bad thing either. There's more to Arsenal than this, says Isaac Marley Morgan. What's that off? There's more to Arsenal than this. There's more to Ireland than this. That's off Alan Partridge. Yes, well done. Love the show, Mark, says Temi. Yeah, I'm excited about tonight. I've sort of got to pace myself a little bit. 2 games, but it's Christmas time. There's no need to be afraid. At Christmas time, we let in light and we banish shade. I quite like the shade, you know, sometimes on a hot day. But 2 big games tonight and excited. And a lot of other games going on as well. So we'll keep you up to date with that. Xhaka is still down at the moment. Jamie Thompson says, I don't see the hype about Arteta. I just don't feel that we've seen the best of Arteta yet, you know? I think I'm going to make this show a little bit going for Goldbridge and football. Why not? So Xhaka is down injured at the moment. Could be a problem for him. Arsenal's best player is Xhaka. He's good every time I watch him, says Sharath Math Fitness. Yeah, I like him. I think he's a good player. I don't mind Martinelli. I just don't know where he is. I think he's been missing longer than Phil Jones this season. We are 33 subscribers away from 272,000. So please subscribe if you're new. Bottom right-hand corner. And we can smash through 272 tonight. I didn't even know that. So FIFA Career Mode's back tomorrow. Big game as well. Liverpool, Man United. I'm Man United. We're into February. We're both separated by 2 points at the top. It's the top of the table challenge. Ward-Prowse with the cross. And a cross shot by Bertrand. We haven't spoken about Southampton enough. A couple of people talking about that. They're absolutely right. That we haven't spoken about Southampton enough. I'm dubious of Southampton, and I'll explain why. Because they are doing very well in the league. They are 4th in the league. They've had a fantastic season. They've got a very good coach, and they've got some really good players that fit the system of the coach really, really well. But I was not impressed with Southampton against Manchester United. I thought both their goals were preventable from a Man United point of view. I mean, one's a free kick and one was a corner that we should have dealt with better. I wasn't impressed with Southampton against United, so I'm probably being very unfair on Southampton, and that's part of my excitement for watching this game tonight, is to just see how good they are, because I don't feel that... I mean, look, the reality is, if you look at Southampton's run over this calendar year, end of last season, start of this season, they lose very few games and they get a lot of points. I bet if you did one of those calendar year league tables, Southampton would probably I'd say they'd be top 6, maybe. Very, very good side. And look, they should have beat United. You're 2-0 up at half-time at home and you lose 3-2 with a last-minute winner from United. So their run is very, very good. Hi Mark, you're a legend, says Benjamin Dre. Thanks, pal. He says, my mate Joseph, who's Canadian, called you plastic. Can you call him a prat for me as he's winding me up as I love you? Benjamin, don't worry. Your mate Joseph is probably compensating for a lack of self-esteem by slating others. Mark, what do you think about the new substitution rule for concussions, says Joel Morris? I don't know. I don't know what it is. Football Manager will be happening, FIFA for life. Don't worry. I didn't say it would necessarily happen before Christmas. It's a busy time, but it will be happening. Might be a nice present for you in January, but it might happen before. Keep an eye out. Who's better, Ings or Auber? Says Jack Boyle. Well, at the moment, it's Danny Ings, isn't it? But quite an equal opening start to this game. 8 minutes in, both teams sort of feeling each other out. Arsenal, interestingly, playing a back five at home to Southampton. I certainly don't blame Arteta for doing that. It's a bit like Ollie last weekend, isn't it? It's a game you literally cannot lose. Ehab says, gin or wine? I've really got into gin over the last 2 years, to be honest with you. I have. Wine, I like red wine, but I don't know whether it likes me. Last time I had some red wine, I felt really rough the next day. I had like indigestion and everything. Come on, Arsenal, says Zayn Miassi. Zayn's in the house. It's on Amazon Prime, this game. Yeah. And people saying you're a minute ahead or you're 30 seconds behind. This is the bad thing about Amazon Prime. Because it's a streaming service, people will be behind, ahead, on time. There's not a lot we can do about it. So that's why we put the timer on the screen. Is the match only available to watch in the UK or can you watch it in Ireland, says Eric McGuinness. I'd imagine if you've got Amazon Prime, it's available wherever you are. All the midweek games are on Amazon Prime, aren't they? So, which I do like. I do like what Amazon Prime do. I mean, look, you can click on the screen and you can get all sorts of stats and everything, which is great. Well, you used to be able to. I don't know how you do it now. I don't know. But we don't really need all that anyway. It's on TV for Frosty 117. Southampton with a bit of a chance to break away from an Arsenal attack here, but he's not really gone the right way. But you would expect from Arsenal tonight a workman's like performance. You know, he'll be like, everyone get back into the system, everybody work hard, let's not, overexert ourselves, let's not overcommit, let's not leave space in behind. So it's going to be interesting how the game opens up. It seems Chelsea has a fridge also in Chilwell. Are you jealous? Says Zayn Miassi. And it looks like IFAB expected to formally approve trials of concussion substitutes from January, says Joel Morris. There you go, if you were thinking about that. And also, what did you get the missus for Christmas, Mark? Says Brandon Duffy. I tell you what, I'm going to tell everybody now on a live stream what I bought for my wife for Christmas so that anybody could just let her know that what is a surprise. I ain't that stupid. No matter what setup, I bought her a PS5 because I want one, basically. This is what I do for Christmas. I buy people presents that I want. So I bought her a PS5. Sharath Kamath Fitness and FIFA. No matter what setup Arteta plays, the biggest L is playing Aubameyang out wide. I don't think he's that fast anymore, plus his head is not here, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. I think that's a great point. I've never understood why they do that. What if I'm playing FIFA, and I know FIFA's not real life, even though I act like it is sometimes. If I'm playing FIFA, then I would never, ever put Aubameyang down the left-hand side. I'd put him up front. Temi says, please buy me a PS5. I can't even buy myself a PS5. Porchy says, when are you going to upload the Q&A? What Q&A? Oh, Gabrielle's caught Che Adams in the face there. I don't think it would be a red card, but it might be a... It's totally accidental, to be fair. It shouldn't even be a free kick, I don't think. but maybe Southampton got. How tall are you, Mark? Says Ori Langan. I'm 6 foot. What do we think about Shea Adams? I don't know. How old is he? I'm not being ageist. I just, obviously if he's like 22, he's got lots of time to get even better. If he's 28, he's not a bad striker. I can afford a PS5. I'm just not going to pay these ridiculous prices on eBay. And I'm also not going to put notifications on my phone at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'll wait until next year to get one. I'm not really that obsessed by it. I know a lot of people who are. He's 24, says Corner. Thanks for that. And Zishan says he's 6 foot at 15. I was 6 foot at 14. I didn't grow anymore. Mark, have you seen the Goldbridge at Peppa Pig videos? Says Bo Bye. No, I haven't. It's a blunt answer, but I haven't. So we are 13 minutes into this game, and we've not really had a chance at all yet. It's been a bit of a slow start, actually. Arsenal in that position where they obviously don't want to lose. And Southampton in a position where they're just probably feeling their way into the game a little bit. He is 24, says IDRXP. Going for Goldbridge will be out this week. Don't worry. We had a week off last week. Time just moves very, very quickly. It's very difficult to explain how a working week goes for me, because if you're not playing 3 times a week, that's a lot of content you've got to do around that. Obviously, I do my FIFA stuff and watch-alongs on here. And then going for Goldbridge as well. Sometimes if you don't get your schedule right or you get tired, you can slip. And it's always going for Goldbridge that slips. Play Aubameyang up front and they will have Willian and Pepe on the wings. Aubameyang on the left is like Donny on the bench, says Danielle. I know, but it's not exclusive to Arteta. Good position here for Ward-Prowse to whip across into the box. But it's not exclusive to Arteta, is what I'm trying to say. Aubameyang's been played off the left by Emery. As well, so I don't know why they do that. I mean, he's very good coming in from the left hand side and curling it with his right foot, but how many goals did he score last season? He was nearly the Golden Boot winner off the left. Ward-Prowse, decent looking cross, punched away by the keeper, which is Leno. Lots going on in the box there, and Arsenal clear it. Ward-Prowse has got a delightful ball delivery, as we know. What's it or Quavers, says Scott Avery. They're both cheesy. I'd probably prefer Quavers, although as a kid I probably preferred Watsits. Can you still get Watsits? I never see Watsits. Of course you can. They're a massive brand. They wouldn't just stop making money, but I don't see them anymore. My favourite Quavers were actually prawn cocktail Quavers, and my favourite Watsits were spicy tomato. I don't think they make them anymore. Oh, I'll tell you what the elite crisps are, and I don't know where you get them from. They're almost like they can't be crisps. They're so good. Snaps. Spicy tomato snaps. I haven't seen them for ages. They're lovely, those crisps. Spicy tomato snaps. Here we go. Crap shot. And Nketiah, angling his rung towards the penalty box, gets inside, but the shot's not very good. How old's he then, Nketiah, for Arsenal? Is he any good? I mean, every Arsenal youth player is Lionel Messi, but so you have to take it with a pinch of salt. But is he any good? How old is he? He looks like he's an okay finisher. It's hard to tell whether he's the next big thing or he's just another sort of, is he the next Alan Shearer or is he the next Jermaine Defoe? Neither of which I think Arsenal would turn their nose up at. What I'm saying is he the next best English striker or is he just going to be a good English striker? He's poor, says Justin Lane, and he's 21. I've got a couple of festive ones coming up, cooking with Goldbridge, Dylan. They'll be coming out next week. I got over 6,000 watching, which is great. Make sure you subscribe if you're new. Bottom right hand corner, we were about 30 subscribers away from 272,000. So bottom right hand corner, please subscribe, and we should hit 272. On this show. Thank you everyone for getting involved. Of course, everybody's welcome here. We've got we do watch-alongs on here, FIFA on here, so it's very everybody on here. Obviously, United stand is very Manchester United, if you know me from there. But on here, I just watching the games I would normally watch, but doing it as a stream to interact. When you were in Ireland, did you think of Gaelic football or hurling? Like, were you ever in a pub? Oh, here we go! And it's Theo Walcott against his old club. Bada bing, bada boom. Theo Walcott, that is the ultimate. The absolute ultimate. And he doesn't look like he's not going to celebrate, because remember, he started off at Southampton. He went to Arsenal. He went to Everton. He's now at Southampton. He pierces through that Arsenal defence on the right-hand side. I mean, Kieran Tierney, who? They reckon he's the best left-back in the league. I think he's the worst left centre-back in the Championship. And he'll be playing in it next year. Awful bit of defending from Arsenal here. Kieran Tierney, awful. He's no Luke Shaw at left centre-back. That Arsenal defence is wide open. About as useful as an inflatable dartboard. Absolutely popped. Crap. They are so bad at the back. You can't compensate for that. You play a back five and then they leave. They basically say, come on, in you come. Lovely finish by Walcott, rolling back the years. But defensively, terrible. Absolutely terrible. 1-0 to Southampton. And you know what? I don't think that's anything to do with coaching. I think that's just to do with not having good players. And I wonder if Arsenal fans will go in on Tierney, because I tell you what, this is the problem, isn't it? This is the problem. He'll get the blame, but that is individual crap from Tierney. Remember the question I asked you to keep your eye on? Who's better between Walcott and Pepe? What do you think now, says Yazza Said. Well, you know what? You've got to look at it things like that. You have to look at things like that and say that I look at a game like this and, he's basically playing a back five today and he wants everyone to keep it tight and maybe hurt them. In 20 minutes, Arsenal have created nothing. And this is the problem when you start losing, because he's in a rock and a hard place, Arteta. He picks a system, like Zayn Miassi says, get this joker out there, Zayn. He picks a system, right, because the team and the players are not good enough. He can't trust them, right? So he picks a system with a back five where he's basically saying, let's keep a clean sheet and let's try and build from that. Now, Kieran Tierney is playing as a third centre-back in a back five and basically leaves... The gap he leaves is about as wide as the Thames. Like, it's just... And Walcott's fast. It's crap defending. And I don't... Of course, the manager's always going to get the blame when you start losing because, get your T-shirt out, Arteta out. But, if I'm a coach and I'm picking a system and that's the best players I can pick, and one of those players I'm picking is Kieran Tierney, and he can't bloody anticipate that danger with a 10-metre head start, it's crap defending, I'm sorry. And I tell you what, I will guarantee you now, you will not hear certain fans talking about Kieran Tierney there, because it don't fit the agenda, man. It's not Bellerin, so we're not going to go in on him. It's not, it's not Xhaka. It's not a player we don't like. It's not Willian. Kieran Tierney, and this is where the modern football fan goes wrong. They will only go in on the players that they really have an issue with. They won't call out the players that are, their favourites, but actually at fault. Kieran Tierney's at fault there. If anybody ever watches the United Stand, I love Martial. And I like Rashford, and I like Bruno, and I like Pogba. Obviously Pogba's upset us a bit recently, but as footballers, these are, Luke Shaw as well. They have been bollocked by me on shows, and I've gone that, Martial against PSG a couple of weeks ago, I was like, that's a bloody shit miss, he's got to score that. One of my favourite players, because that's how you support a football club. You support a football club, you support the shirt, and if somebody takes the piss in the shirt, it doesn't matter whether he's your best man, your godfather or whatever. This is an entertainment business. It's not Friends Reunited. It's an entertainment business. And if players are not performing, they need to be called out. And I see too much from Arsenal where they call out specific players, David Luiz, etc., and the manager, but they don't look at the players. and that's the big problem. And that's on Kieran Tierney again. And I've watched Kieran Tierney a few times over the last few weeks, and he's bang shit. And I thought he was quite good. Send Brandon Williams and Dan James to Southampton. They'll come back better players. This Southampton team is a well-planned one, says Sharath Kamath Fitness. I'd love a Spurs versus Liverpool draw. Yeah, I'd love a draw. But if anyone's got to win, I want Spurs to win, because I think Liverpool are the one that's got the potential, obviously, over the last 2 years to just keep winning and winning and winning. So it's always good if Liverpool drop points. Yeah, so I want a draw or a Spurs win. Leicester are losing. Oh no, Leicester are winning. Leicester are losing. Everton have scored, sorry. What are you thinking then, everybody? I've had my little mini moan there about the situation at Arsenal. What are you thinking? I'm a Liverpool fan. I admire you as a United fan and sticking with Ollie. I have no respect for Troops and his Arteta out t-shirts. I think it's disgraceful. That's my opinion. What's your opinions on Troops t-shirts, says Aidan. So what do you think of the GAA got cut out, says Jake? I was aware of it on the news and in the papers, because obviously it's a massive thing when I used to buy the newspaper when I lived in Ireland. You know, you would become aware of what was going on, but it was never something I can't ever remember sitting and watching a game of hurling or GAA, to be honest. Jake. And Mark, my uncle plays with my hair when I sleep, says Pure Gaming. Yeah, there's numbers you can call about that. Going back to what Aidan said about the Ollie out t-shirts, I think it's disgraceful. That's my opinion. What's your opinions on Troops t-shirts? Mate, I think that I said this before when I was playing FIFA on this channel, so I'm not saying something I haven't said before. I've seen a lot of this Troops stuff in America. To me, it's like, and I like WWE, but it just looks like it's, to be honest, I find it a bit frustrating, because fan content and what we're doing here, interacting, is genuine. It's pure. It's real. That's the whole point. It's real fan opinion. It's not scripted. And I feel that what we're seeing now is that to me looks completely staged. The arguments where they're one-to-one, the movement of the cameras, the t-shirts, it all looks like somebody's got his number and said, come to America, we'll pay you a load of money, and we're just going to put loads and loads of viral content out there, but we're going to need you to do this, that and the other. It takes the piss out of football, really, because to me it looks massively scripted. And, I'm not for that. I mean, what credible football fan, starts wearing a t-shirt that says their manager out? I never would have worn a Mourinho out t-shirt or a Van Gaal out t-shirt. And I don't think many Man United fans would, even though they wanted those managers gone because they didn't think they were good enough. It's a massive step to start wearing a t-shirt telling somebody to be sacked. I just think it's pantomime, to be honest with you. Arteta's getting the sack and going back as an assistant at Man City would be peak, says Ali Ashfaq. Nasty tackle here by... it's going to get a yellow card as well. I don't know whether it was nasty, but he certainly... Nketiah got caught. I don't think it was that bad. It's just a bit late. Well, Walcott's asking for a bit of a handball on Saka there. Would have been a little bit harsh, but we've seen him given. John Paul says he loves me now. I must have said something right. I can't understand the fuss about Arsenal getting relegated, except for maybe Partey and Gabriel. The entire team looks and sounds like a championship side, says Balu Singh. Mark, can you do a fight video? My mate bullies me, says Rhys Williams. I haven't watched Friday. I don't know what it is, Caleb. 1-0 to Newcastle. Yeah, it's still 1-1. It's 1-0 in this one. Southampton looking more like they're going to score. Hi, Mark. I'm bouncing live stream to see if anyone found Kai Havertz. Last seen wandering in the Midlands, looking very confused, says Matthew Paul. You know what? I do still think that Kai Havertz could end up being a good player. Yeah, I still think Kai Havertz could be a good player. Yeah, it's taken a bit of time to adjust, but I think it's too early. As I said on Twitter last night, he's very good in Germany. Porchy, I've got to read this out because it's true. When Arsenal beat Fulham on the opening day of the season, my mates who are Arsenal fans said they were title contenders. What prats? Well, we've all got the little clips of them when they beat United and they're all dancing around. I mean, I thought it was cringe anyway, but I mean, now it just looks like plain stupidity. Arsenal, ooh, block there. Bit of a chance. They've got to show a bit of character here. Remember, I predicted 2-2, so it's not necessarily over yet. Crito Janga says Arsenal are truly done and over. I think, there's plenty of the game left for Arsenal to get back into it. It might force them to go on the front foot a little bit. Oh, it's over the bar. Shot, I think it was Sebias. I mean, he's another player as well. When Sebias came to, or Sebios, or however you pronounce it, when he came to Arsenal at the start of last season under Emery, I was like, oh my God, Real Madrid player on loan, looks like he's going to be really good. And then it faded, didn't it? Brandon Williams on loan to Southampton, says Kyle. Yep, look, I'd like to see that. But yeah, I thought Sebios was going to be a fantastic player, and nope. It's not worked out for him for some reason. He doesn't seem to get many starts. I had chicken and chorizo for my dinner in a tomato sauce. Very nice, but it's left me feeling very full. I don't like feeling full. That's what she said. Rank the top 6 Premier League managers from best to worst, says FBB. Well, I'll let everyone else in the live comments get involved in that. I mean, I think the best one's Klopp, isn't it? Easily. So, and it becomes very difficult then. I mean, I probably would put Pep on ability, but he hasn't been good for a while. Consistent good. Arsenal on the attack here. Good tackle. Can you say congratulations to my brother for coming out, says Henry Keith. Congratulations. What's the best football game you've ever been to, says Ashley Crane. I'd have to think. I've been to so many games, and it's not necessarily going to be like, can I have played in the game? I think when you've played in a game, it's always better than watching a game. Thoughts on classical music, Mark, says Alex Golden. It's got its place on Classic FM. If you want to listen to it, you know where it is. Not for me. I do like Gravenberch from Ajax, Brad Wynn, but his agent, as I understand it, is Mino Raiola, and that puts me right off. Would you take Ward-Prowse at United, says Atava. No, not really. I mean, he's a good player, but I don't think I would take him at United because we've already got a player in Donny van der Beek that we don't use. So why would you want to take another player that, we just wouldn't use? Who attacked Ian Beale? That's the big question. Who would you take at United? Danny Ings or Calvert-Lewin, says Ewan Black. I would take Calvert-Lewin. I just prefer his sort of build. And obviously I think he's a little bit younger, isn't he? But what I like about Calvert-Lewin is that he's quick and he's physical and he's tall, isn't he? So he gives Arsenal needs to be a bit careful here because Bertrand's got it on the left hand side and it's a good block there. And next goal is going to be key in this. Half an hour, 1-0 at the moment. Ings a bit injury prone as well, says Belitho. Gensa says hello from Turkey. How are you? I'm very, very good. We'll all be in Turkey in a week. Not literally. We're not all coming over to eat your country. We're on about the birds. Partey must be saddened. I take it Thomas Partey's injured again. They brought him back too soon. Would you take Saliba away from Arsenal, says Aaron? A lot of people rate Saliba. I mean, my problem with taking any Arsenal fan is what damage has it done to them being at that club. Their winning mentality may be gone forever. Even a month at Arsenal might mess you up. So that would be my worry about taking any Arsenal player. I don't think that Gabriel looks that bad. Callum says, why is Martial so lazy he shouldn't play again? Well, I disrespect that comment, Callum, to be honest with you. I think it's such an insult to call a player lazy. What is your take on Italian food, says Vincenzo? Love it. A good lasagna is probably my favourite dish. Southampton on the attack here. Walker-Peters puts it wide to Walcott. You feel if Arsenal were to concede again, they'd be in massive trouble. They're in trouble enough now. Christmas movies for you, says Caleb. Friday and Anchorman Legend 1 and 2. But are they Christmas-themed movies or are they actually Christmas movies? I'll tell you, definitely, if you're on Amazon and you're watching this, definitely worth renting Fat Man with Mel Gibson in it. It's weird, but good. I think it's going to become a bit of a Christmas cult classic for me. It's really, the story concept is weird, but they play it straight, and it's really, I really enjoyed it. And you might not have even heard of it. It's a new film called Fat Man, the name of the film is as weird a concept as the film, but they play it straight, and for me, it just really worked. I really liked it. Southampton's going top as it stands. What's your favourite curry, by the way? Says Aidan McCrudden. Chicken tikka masala. Yeah, chicken tikka masala. Favourite dessert for Christmas, says Jason Pracker. A nice Yuletide log, and that's not what you do on the toilet. No, I do like Christmas pudding. A lot of people, it's a very divisive thing, isn't it, Christmas pudding? But there's something about it that just is Christmas. I'd never eat it any other day. Mate, edit of you, please watch Twitter at Trent's Right Foot. Cross comes in, Arsenal. Cleared. I tell you what, I cannot wait for Liverpool Spurs. I cannot wait. I am doing a watch along. It's not on this channel. It's on the Paddy Power channel, but I have put the link in the video description, so I'll be going straight over to there after this. Well, a couple of minutes rest, probably just to have a... well, I don't know what. It's nice, that is, Trent's Right Foot. I tell you what, as well, you've got a good, you've got a really good Twitter at there, Trent's Right Foot. I'm surprised that it's a good one. You could be a future FT star there, mate, on Twitter. Well done. I'm worried about Bamford, Nico. I think he's a threat on Sunday. Thriller, RJ, is my favourite movie genre. Spurs are going to win tonight on form. Son is the best player in the league. Aaron, I can't wait. I'm so excited to watch it. I think it's going to be an absolute... well, I'm not going to put pressure on it and say it's going to be a classic, but I do think it's an exciting game that I'm really looking forward to. Oh, it's time for a stretch. Yeah, going to stretch that back out. Stretch it. That's what you're doing if you've got lower back pain. You're stretching your back so that it doesn't become taut. But, I mean, I don't know that Arsenal have actually had a shot in this game. I don't think the keeper's... Oh, no, Nketiah had that shot, didn't he? That's going to go out of play, surely, from Xhaka. No, ref said it stayed in. Southampton will come away with the ball. And of course, because Arsenal have conceded that goal, their defensive shape has to change because they've got to open up the game to get back into it, which means that Southampton can hit on the break. Bamford has equalised for Leeds, by the way, against Newcastle. Of course, it's Man United against Leeds on Sunday afternoon. Looking forward to that one. Oh! What has he done? Is he going to get a penalty? If Ceballos has dived there, he should be getting a yellow card. Why didn't he shoot? He gets it going into the box. He's literally 6 yards out. You think he's going to shoot, and he goes down like he's been shot. But it didn't look like a penalty, and he should be getting booked for it. Big dive here if he's not. He should get booked. That's a bloody... What a prat. Absolute prat. I don't know why he didn't shoot. That should be 1-1. But Arsenal... Ooh, I think they might have hit the post there, or the keeper did something good. It's going to go for a corner. McCarthy. They haven't shown us back what happened with Ceballos yet. He gets it in the box. No, that's the one where it hits the post. That's not the one we want to see. We want to see the... No, he should be getting a booking for that. No way is that a penalty. He tries to do some sort of weird turn and then leaves his foot in there to try and win a penalty. Andrew McClintock says, "Have Arsenal missed the trick by not getting Big Sam? They've missed their chance now." Jay says, "Arsenal are way better than Man United." Mate, you tell people that. You're going to end up with an ugly wife or boyfriend. If you believe stuff like that, you're kidding yourself. Bamford just heading it into an open goal there, just checking the goals out. That's the good thing about Amazon Prime. They put the goals up quick as well. And I don't know how they do that. Does Sky do that? I don't know. The funny thing is about Arsenal, though, is we're watching Arsenal 1-0 down to Southampton at home, and whilst the final result will be another opportunity to banter them, we're not actually surprised, are we? We're not like, oh my God, can Southampton hold on? It's become the norm. I've said this before. Some Arsenal fans react like they're stunned. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, we're losing. And actually, it's not actually that surprising, is it? It's not actually that surprising at all that you are in this situation, because you're not actually that good. Dave, don't worry, I'll sort it out. Mark, you're the only man I will ever love. Marry me, says Benjamin Trey. I'm already married, mate. Why is Juventus your favourite team, says Senai? I started watching Italian football when I was after Italia 90 when I was very young, and basically I think straight after Italia 90 World Cup, Channel 4 got hold of the rights for Serie A. So on a Sunday afternoon there was always a game, and I think on a Saturday before Football Focus at about 11 o'clock they had an Italian sort of review program. So I got really into Italian football. A lot of people of my age, I mean, Championship Manager was really popular in the early 90s, but they actually had an Italian Championship Manager, which I think if Football Manager 21 had an Italian version now, it would hardly sell any, but it sold loads. Like, there was an Italian Championship Manager. That's how popular Italian football was. And I liked Juventus for the simple reason that the story behind their kit was that they got the black and white striped kit that was lent to them by Notts County. And obviously being from Nottingham, that was sort of a bit of an attraction to Juventus. Sensible World of Soccer, what a game, Phil. That's one of my favourite Christmases, that is. Anyway, Arsenal down the right-hand side. They'll take any Christmas at the moment. A point against Southampton could be their best Christmas. Shockingly shit cross from Pepe. He literally couldn't skin a banana. It's a terrible cross, but they've got it back again, Arsenal here. And not a bad shot. Not a bad shot. Ceballos gets it into Pepe on his left foot. He shoots straight at the keeper. Anywhere else, that might have been a problem, but the initial shot was rubbish. Absolutely rubbish. Yeah, I remember that Christmas like it was the back of my hand. And effectively, I had... I'd really wanted an Amiga, which is a bit like a computer, and I wanted it the Christmas before and I didn't get it, and I wanted it the next Christmas, and Sensible World of Soccer was out, and I woke up at about 3:30 in the morning and I just opened up my sack, not that one, and I set the Amiga up and I was playing Sensible World of Soccer, and no word of a lie, I started off with like Mansfield Town in the old second division, or whatever it was called then, and I played the game for about 2 hours, and about 6 o'clock in the morning I woke everybody else up because I scored my first goal from a corner, a lucky deflection. I was losing every game 2-0, I couldn't score goals. Southampton with the cross into the box, headed back in, headed away by Arsenal on the volley. Tierney again nearly makes a mistake, but he clears it. TX says Arsenal are so bad. And Mark, if we go down, I'll go on live on the island from the TV show Lost and Never Leave. I tell you what, no matter how bad Arsenal get, they won't get relegated. I've heard this before. Teams are too good to go down. Leeds went down. You can't listen to that. Nottingham Forest got relegated. Sheffield Wednesday. People said they were too good to go down. I'm telling you now, Arsenal are too good to go down. They've got too much talent to go down, especially this season where there's some real crap teams in there. They're too good to go down. Too good to go down in every way. They will get enough points. Alpha Gaming wants me to say I'm 90% sure that Arsenal will stay up, because then they'll definitely go down. Well, we're just about at half time here, and Arsenal losing 1-0. The big thing is actually that if Arsenal, what are Brighton doing? Well, Brighton don't play till 8 o'clock. If Brighton win and Arsenal lose, Arsenal could go 16th. What do you want? Pardon? I can't hear you. Mark, would you send Pogba to Madrid in a swap for Ceballos, says Nazar? Nope. Nope. You're hungry? You've had so much chocolate tonight. And snacks. And your dinner.
When's Mummy coming back?
Should be back soon, hopefully. Glenn's just got in and saw the score and now he's laughing. 2 minutes added on. We will be playing either or at half time, of course. So please smash a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. I am doing Liverpool versus Spurs. I'm feeling a little bit tired actually already, which is a bit of a worry. But I think the second game will be the lively game where you can't take your foot off it or your eyes. I think with this game, Southampton are just in control. Honestly, they're in control. Arsenal really do not look great. Definitely a lack of player power. What's the news on Pogbury? Give your kids something to eat, says Kieran. Mate, he's had plenty to eat, don't you worry. Here's Danny Ings on the edge of the box. Fancied a shot, just goes over the bar. Dara says, I can't afford a super chat, but have you ever been to Cork? I get asked this a lot because I've been all over Ireland, but I never went to Cork. I'd love to go there. Famous for Roy Keane and probably something else. Leon says, Mark, you're like a father to me. As long as the word like is in there, that's fine. I don't want anyone turning up on my doorstep on Christmas. Hi, Mark. Do you follow any religion? Sorry, Arsenal, says Bloom Monster. And what are your thoughts on Fortnite, says Mo Designs. I've watched people play it a little bit. I think I'd be absolutely rubbish with it. Arteta's store. I feel sorry for Arteta. I do. I still feel sorry for him. I don't care what anybody says. I do feel sorry for him. I think it's absolutely obvious that it's their players. Remember when us United fans wanted Pepe, says Uriam Galvin. But I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that. I don't think that Pepe is a terrible player at all. I think he's a good player. And I think that at a different club, your path could be very, very different. I think that, look at Manchester United. We've bought players that I think if they'd gone to other clubs, they might have done differently. I still think that Pepe is a good player. I just don't think he's... I don't think he's going to be a good player at Arsenal. It's season 2 now, isn't it? And you need to be on it, and he's not. Mark, do you still keep tabs on how Chong is doing in Germany? Love the show, pal. Cheers, says Darren Moore. I do. I keep an eye. I mean, I don't watch like highlights or anything that really, but I do. I'll check the lineups and the scores every week, and he either starts or he comes on, so it's not too bad. I wouldn't know in depth how well he's doing. Mark, what was your reaction to the Juventus scandal years back, and more importantly, how did you pop the question to your missus? My time has come, says Edward Walters. I chose to do something that was important to us in a place that was symbolic of how our relationship started. So, no, it wasn't a pawn shop. Remember when us United fans wanted Pepe? Yeah, we've done that one. And the Juventus scandal was disappointing, obviously, because I like Juventus, but, corruption does happen in sport. There we go. Half time then, it's 1-0 to Southampton. Fully deserved, I would say. Poor defending from Arsenal. I think the way Arsenal set up with the back five and the 5-3-2 effectively, Arteta's main aim today was not to get beat. I think he would have not been disappointed with a 0-0. Knows Southampton are doing well, knows that he can't afford to lose. Well, they are losing at half time. They're going to have to open up more in the second half, and that's going to leave gaps for Southampton, who have been in control of the ball quite well. Arsenal look like a team that are starting to down tools, which I think is disgusting. I think it's absolutely disgusting. This manager has not even been there a year. You shouldn't be sacking managers after a year, but he may well have to be sacked. It reflects badly on the playing squad again. I think that squad is way better than what it's doing. And it's not just the 45 minutes I've seen there. It's the results they've had this season. I watched Arsenal play against Man United at Old Trafford, and they actually played quite well. I've watched their last couple of games, and I'm like, who are you? And the problem with Arsenal is, and it runs right through that squad, on their day, they are good. They won an FA Cup. They beat Man City. On their day, they're good. But they're bottle job players. I bet people like Tony Adams and Ian Wright watch that team, Thierry Henry, and they go, I've got to say the right things, but they ain't fit to wash my pants. They're absolutely rubbish. In fact, I wouldn't even let them wash my pants. I'd grab my dirty pants and rub it in the face and say, that's what you are, you're shit. Because that's what they are. They're an absolute joke. They're pantomime actors in Arsenal tops. And look, sack another manager, bring him in. But the problem with Arsenal is, and I've said it before, the problem with Arsenal is, the fans forced out a coach who was playing good football and getting you top 4 for years, and he was getting gradually worse because of the board. And you forced him out because you thought you were better. You'd love to be finishing 4th place playing good football now. You're nowhere near it. And you're nowhere near it because that club's been broken for a long time. Ever since you moved to the Emirates, really, the money's not been reinvested into the playing squad. And that first goal is nothing to do with coaching. It's to do with bad positioning by Kieran Tierney. But you won't hear much of that because Arsenal fans like Kieran Tierney. So, we won't blame him. Let's blame the manager. But when you deconstruct a football game like that and it's somebody's 1-0 down, they're 1-0 down because of an individual error. It doesn't matter how well you coach your players. That's an individual error there and you're 1-0 down. And at this level, it can really, really cost you. At the weekend against Burnley, do you think they would have lost that game if they'd gone down to 10 men? Xhaka, individual error. It's a lack of responsibility. It's a lack of concentration. And I tell you what it is. It's a lack of ability to wear the Arsenal shirt. But Arsenal fans don't want to hear it because we like Xhaka, we like Tierney, we like Aubameyang. Let's sack another manager and avoid the issue. It's like, it's like cutting your hair when you've got a big zit on your nose. Oh, let's cut our hair and we might look a bit different. No, you've still got a zit on the end of your nose. That's what you should be dealing with. Any tips to get a top-notch hairline like yours, says Callum Warnock. I mean, you're born with it or you're not. Brylcreem Strong Gel helps me out, though. Nazar Haroon says, Real Sociedad are playing Barcelona tonight. And if Ollie and Arteta were both sacked, would you have Arteta at United, says Sean Finnerty? No. For the same reason that Arsenal fans would not take Ole Gunnar Solskjaer at Arsenal. You know, I wouldn't want Lampard at Chelsea, at Man United either. The reason these people have got these chances is because they've got a connection to these clubs, and that's fine. Would Bruno in an Arsenal team make a difference? Yes. I think that is exactly what Arsenal are missing. Arsenal, I mean, we were here. You know, Manchester United were where Arsenal was a year ago. Absolutely were. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, a lot of people were saying get rid of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer a year ago. He's not good enough. Bruno Fernandes comes in and the whole team changes. And I think Arsenal lack a leader in that team big time. Who's the leader in that Arsenal team? Who's taking responsibility? There's a real cowardice within that Arsenal squad. And look, I'm not an Arsenal fan. You could say I relish in the fact that they lose. It's funny. The further they are away from United, the happier I am, because I don't have to listen to, the old AFTV lot getting at me going, we're finishing above you. They'd love to finish above us. But so I'm happy when Arsenal are below us, but I'm also a fan of football. And I'm interested. I could get, I won't be on the bus tomorrow because of bloody COVID, but, in the past, I might be in a pub, might talk to a Chelsea fan. I could talk to them for an hour without talking about United because, I watch football. I know lots of things about football like all you do, and I'm interested. And to me, I just find the whole Arteta out thing really shameful because it lacks football knowledge. I think you get the best opinion on your club from somebody who's not a supporter but knows football. And, that's what's always worried me about Arteta, about Ollie, is that a lot of people say, I'm glad why you've got Ollie. I'd be worried if you got Poch. And it makes me think, oh, God, and that's from rival fans. I look at the Arsenal situation and I'm like, you can sack him if you want to. The results aren't great. But I'm telling you now, the next manager's got the same problem. And it's another rebuild. Do you want to persist with this rebuild under Arteta and see what he can do? Or do you want to restart again? But it ain't going to be a golden ticket and everything's fine. That team, I said it when Arteta came in, he needs about 2 years. I said it'd be a miracle if he gets top 4 this season. And now they're not going to get top 4 and they're like, get rid of him. Ollie's building his plans around our superstar centre-backs while the top sides build around their best players. Arsenal will be 2-0 up against United because of centre-backs, says Oni Akaba. Mate, you're not even 2-0 up against Burnley. How are we going to be 2-0 against United? Would Arteta do a better job than Ollie at United with our squad, says Ryan Caballero. Well, you know what? That would be interesting. Because I still think with Arteta, he ain't sat there making Pep's bloody sandwiches and saying, do you want a latte, Pep? He's been sat there with Pep. We've watched it, chatting away in game. A team that's been challenging for titles. So he's got a football knowledge. He doesn't show it at Arsenal. And I think he doesn't show it because those players aren't good enough. I think Arteta would like to play a 4-3-3. I think he would like to play quick-moving football and dynamic football. But those players can't do it. And they can't do it. They're not good enough to do it. Is Bellerin good enough to do that? Is Holding good enough to do that? Is Tierney good enough to do that? Is Xhaka good enough to do that? Aubameyang, is he that sort of a player? How many players? Pepe? Have they got the players? How many Arsenal players could drop into Pep's Man City side, whether it's as a sub or not, and actually play that way? They don't really have those sort of players. I totally understand why Arteta wanted the job. It's a massive job. Arsenal is a massive job. It's a massive club. And it's on its arse. Pardon the pun. You totally understand why Arteta's took the job, but it's a huge job. It's a huge arse. And it's crapping a lot. But some of their fans need to, stop being what you created. Arsenal fans created the flip-flop fan, the vocal, viral flip-flop fan. That's what Arsenal created. And they've never moved on from it. You should evolve. How's about creating an educated, pragmatic fan who looks at it and goes, look, we're not doing well, but we weren't doing well last year. We weren't doing 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago. We've not been doing well for a long time. Why are we looking to sack a manager? Let's look at the big picture. Why are we sacking this manager? Oh, we're sacking the manager because we're performing shit. Is it because of the manager or is it because this playing squad ain't good enough? As a United fan, we've been there. Sam Allardyce back in the Premier League now. West Brom will be staying up, says Joel Morris. I mean, I think the sacking of Bilic is a joke, by the way. I really do. They never should have sacked Darren Moore, in my opinion, when they were in the Championship. And now to sack Bilic, who did a great job to get them promoted, And then to sack him after drawing away to Man City, I mean, that's one of the worst things I've seen. There's been plenty of results where they could have sacked him, and then they sack him after a draw against Man City. It's poor. But you know what? It's the same at Arsenal, it's the same at United, it's the same at West Brom. There are too many rich prats running football clubs. And I say prats in the most definitive term. Prats involved in football. And the sad thing is, it's always the fans who suffer. There'll be West Brom fans who love that club, who love football, and they're disillusioned by people who make decisions with their emotions because they're powerless to do anything about it. Bilic should not have been sacked. This is a prime example of a club that's not a Premier League club getting promoted and suddenly thinking, oh, we're a Premier League club, we should be sacking him. No loyalty to what he did getting you into the league. Disgusting. Mark, at this point, how bad can it get? Surely any big club, no matter how long a manager has been in charge, he needs to get sacked, as Yazza said. I do agree with that. I do agree with that. But the problem is, I don't think there's a manager out there that can do any better. I mean, the problem Arsenal have got is, and this game is not over yet, they've got Everton on Saturday away. Good luck with that one. Then they've got Man City in the Carabao Cup. Good luck with that one. Then they've got Chelsea. Their next 3 games are, even if Arsenal playing well, are very, very tough games. I mean, I'm doing Everton versus Arsenal on this channel on Saturday evening on the watch along, so make sure you tune in for that. But you know what? People saying Troops ain't happy. Well, he's probably read his script. You know, he'll have it in his ear. Say this, say that. Get the T-shirt on. Have an argument with that other guy. Scripted. That's what's happened with him. Authenticity's gone. Pep isn't getting as much stick as Ollie, and he's behind us. Watching you for 2 years, Mark. Merry Christmas, says Joshua Carpenton-Jones. Thank you very much. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way, bottom right-hand corner. It's nice to have so many people getting involved, and a lot of people are Arsenal fans as well who are saying, you know what, this is the sort of conversation I want about my club. Instead of the massive overreaction and flip-flop bullshit, I actually like a little bit of depth to my football knowledge. And look, I'm not an Arsenal fan, but I've had a lot of people complimenting me on this over the last few days. I can see what's going on at your club because I saw it going on at my club. And a lot of it's to do with your playing staff and a lot of it's to do with your board. And just changing... A manager is basically a victim in many ways. When you've got a crap playing squad like you've got and you've got a crap board like you've got, Edu's right. Edu's been brought in as a director of football. I think that's a really good... appointment by Arsenal to bring Edu in. We haven't got a director of football at Manchester United, and I think he's a good acquisition. But and what he's saying is, you know, we're trying to build something. We're trying to build something here at Arsenal, and you know, the fans have got to be brave. But I would also say that because the Arteta out thing has already started, the fans have probably already ended it for him, and it's a shame because. What's next? I think I've said this about United a lot. I've said this about Arsenal a lot. Man United a lot. Zane says, Troops out. We are Arsenal fans, don't like him. Stay in America and work for Trump. Well, he basically, you know, I mean, he's probably got the same people that Trump's got, you know, telling him what to say because it's absolute bollocks, isn't it? Let's be honest. Second half's about to kick off. But what I was going to say is, It's the same thing at Manchester United in a sense that, you know, they don't have the right people in charge and it causes massive issues. Patience is going to be really important, but you know, I feel that I feel like it's been written for Arteta. Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's been written. You know what? And to be fair to people like DT, I've heard what he's said about Arteta, and you know, you've got to look at it from a. As I said, I think you get a lot of sense from you, and I can totally see that changing the manager's not going to change the situation, and I've heard him say that, and I think he's right. That's a mature Arsenal approach. That's what an Arsenal fan should be saying, because it transcends the. You know, it's sort of like anybody who's saying Arteta out, in my opinion, is just lost in the moment of the anger. I've got to blame somebody. I can't blame Aubameyang because he does little videos with me. And that, you know, I'm talking about Troops there actually. Will he ever go in on Aubameyang? No, because he's his mate. He does videos with him. Well, how can you have, with all due respect to Troops, how can you have a a valuable opinion on the club that you love when your vision is clouded by the fact that one of the players that's massively letting you down is your mate. So you don't put a t-shirt on saying Aubameyang out, you put a t-shirt on saying Arteta out, because that fits your agenda, because you're not going to go in on your mate. And the reality is, you can't go in on the players, the manager and the board and then say get rid of the manager, because then you're not acknowledging the major issue there. And United were like this as well. I've said this about United for a long time, and I think Arsenal fans, this is where you need to get to in some ways. And look, you don't have to listen to me. I'm not an Arsenal fan. It's just an opinion as a neutral looking in from the outside. I said about United for the last 3 or 4 years, Jurgen Klopp, name me the best manager in the world. For me, I think it's Klopp at the moment. Maybe 2 years ago it was Pep, Zidane, whatever. Whoever you want to drop into the United job, they weren't going to do the job any better than Mourinho or Ollie. They might get us playing a little bit better football. They're not going to win the league, and that's what we want, and I think that's what Arsenal fans want. I'll tell you right now, Jurgen Klopp's the best manager in the world for me. You sack Arteta tonight and you get Jurgen Klopp in tomorrow. He's never going to come, by the way, but if you did get him in tomorrow, he would not make you any better, because your problem is your board's crap, but more importantly, your playing squad's crap. You cannot get Klopp to get Arsenal playing like Liverpool with the players that you've got. And that, to me, is why I'm saying sacking a manager isn't the problem at Arsenal. The problem at Arsenal is you have a squad full of weak mentality players. And I would put Aubameyang into that category now. You get a dream contract, 350k a week apparently. You're set for life now. You've got that big contract. You're 30, 31. You get the contract and you put in a 3 months like this. It's nothing to do with bad coaches. He's a bloody striker. He's in the worst bit of form in probably years after just getting the most lucrative contract of his career. That's weak mentality. It really is. And it ain't good enough. Thank you for the super chat from Stark Basil. And Arsenal have missed their chance in getting saved from relegation in Big Sam. Karma for Gunnosaurus. One thing that does baffle me, though, and I don't know whether we've got any Arsenal fans who can give us an answer on this. I've never understood the Ozil thing, because surely Ozil could offer something. But I don't really know the politics of whether Arsenal fans would want him to offer something. But surely Ozil can offer something. But look, Ozil's not an Arteta problem either. Ozil was a problem for Emery. There's so many problems at that football club. Absolutely. So many problems. Anyway, we are into the second half, as I said, and it's only 1-0. It's only 1-0. They might be able to get back into it yet. Jake Conley says Ozil has dropped off a lot, though. He's still better than Apple. I mean, look, that's something I cannot... That's something I cannot talk about, really. Yeah, I can't talk about Ozil because I don't know. You've got to be a fan of Arsenal to know that sort of thing. It's like if somebody who's not a United fan said to me, why isn't Donny van der Beek playing? I can tell you because our coach is a prat, really. But if you said to me, why is Juan Mata not playing anymore? I'd say, look, he's not the player he was. He's definitely dropped off. In fitness and speed, really, and I wouldn't start him even though he's a great player. And maybe Ozil's now like Mata, maybe that's what it is, in which case that's fair enough, I suppose. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new, by the way. If you're interested, Flex and KG are live right now. It's not Flex and KG, it's Flex and Ricky are live right now on the United Stand with the Tactics show up and running. They are live. If you want to, you could put 2 browsers on. Are Arsenal going to get back into this? I don't know. It's not my birthday, but thank you very much for next year. United game will be on Amazon Prime tomorrow. Arsenal have had 79% possession in the last 5 minutes. What did you have for your tea? And best player ever, says Matt Hancock's. Best player in my lifetime, probably Maradona. I was fortunate enough, although I was very young, to see him. And what did I have for tea? Chicken and chorizo in a tomato sauce, lovely, with some nice warm cooked bread, lovely stuff. Although I'm starting to get less full now. It did leave me full. It's the perfect time for Martial to outscore Aubameyang, says Baha. Well, it's typical, isn't it? Aubameyang has a drought of a season, and so does Martial. It's almost like they do the same sort of thing. But Arsenal trying to pass out from the back here. I think Southampton are in a position here where, you know, Hasenhüttl will be saying, look, we were 2-0 up against United a few weeks ago. Have we learnt that lesson where we've got 3 points against a big team? Are we going to throw it away again? So I think it's hard. Mark, I've got my driving test tomorrow. Tip, says Stephen the Hazard. Don't have any alcohol before you do it. That's a good tip. Caleb says, are you going to do an 8 p.m. Christmas show? I think it's a sad person who does a live show on Christmas Day. Here we go. And it's 1-1. It's Arsenal, and it's a good goal, and it's Aubameyang at last. Aubameyang scores at the right end, and it's 1-1. And it's a good bit of build-up play by Arsenal. Xhaka involved. Let's have a watch of this bat. Xhaka on the left-hand side. And all that thing I was saying about Southampton defending well. Nice little 1-2 with Nketiah and Aubameyang on his right foot. One thing he is not going to do is he's not going to miss from there. But lovely running by Saka. We were talking about Saka before the game. He's the one Arsenal player that I really do like. I remember him making a debut. Not a debut. I remember seeing him play at Old Trafford about just over a year ago. And he played off the left wing, and I was like, he looks like a really good potential player. And yeah, he's a good player. And Arteta's happy. You know what? I'm not an Arsenal fan. But I actually feel quite happy for Arteta. As I said, I don't think the problem is him. I really don't think it is. But there you go. Aubameyang, says Zayn Miasi. Well, they're back in it, and we've got an interesting game now. Can Arsenal go and win it? One. Will you be doing watch-alongs for the Champions League round of 16, says Adavia? Yeah, definitely. Unfortunately, United won't be in it, so it'll be on this channel. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, bottom right-hand corner. So 1-1 and 40 minutes to go, just under 40 minutes to go. What does Arteta do from here? What Arteta does from here? Love from Nigeria, Mark, says Stark. Love back, mates. Hope you're doing well. What they need to do from here, Arsenal, is get their shape back and watch out, because Southampton will try and get back into it. So, you know, cut out the mistakes from the first half and look at trying not to let them score. I know it sounds really easy, but Hasenhüttl looks pissed off, which he will be. This is the second time in a few weeks they've been in a good position, and yeah, Aubameyang did definitely celebrate foot pit, yeah. But here's Southampton with a chance to put a cross into the box. Ward-Prowse to whip the cross in. Not a very good one that time, and Arsenal will get it clear. Love from Ireland, says Leaving McKeeby. Thank you. Hard to use a VPN to get my chat in from Nigeria, says Stark. Cheers, pal. Nketiah's got the ball. No, it's not. I think it was Aubameyang actually putting the cross in. Game's getting stretched here. Southampton doing pretty much what they did against us in the second half. In a position of strength, they seem to have gone a bit loose and lost their shape. And it's allowing Arsenal back into it. And I imagine there was quite a strong team talk at half-time. Which is right. There should be a strong team talk at half-time. But I wouldn't count Southampton out from scoring again. Southampton have conceded the second highest number of goals in the second half and scored the maximum goals in the first half in the whole league, says Sharath Math Fitness. Well, if ever there was a pointer towards the fact that they're a first half team and a bad second half team, there it is, which should be an encouragement to Arsenal. Would you consider the Prem and the Bundesliga as the two most competitive leagues in the world? Says Keep Metal Alive E100. The Serie A is a good league. The Premier League is the best league in the world. There's no doubt about that in my mind. I think the Serie A is the better competitive league. I don't know whether it's the second best league in the world. I still think that the Spanish league is difficult, because you've got entertainment and then you've got actual ability. Corner to Southampton. I thought he was going to get a cross back there. Bit of a high five between the defenders. If I tell you what, when I used to play defence, if my fullback came to me putting his hand up in the air, I'd leave him hanging. I'd be like, up yours. I'm not doing high fives on a tackle. I play for bloody Man United. We don't high five each other on a bloody tackle. We get on with it and we win. I might high five you when we've won at the end, but Arsenal v QPR next London derby, says Stark. Well, they're drawing at the moment, mates. They're drawing, but it's a corner. This is where Southampton are definitely a threat from set pieces. Ward-Prowse on the corner. It's not a bad one. Into the front post area again, which is where they managed to score against United, but it's been cleared this time. And Walcott will keep that in. And they went for a quick cross, but Leno's got hold of it. Do I wish that Gabriel signed for Manchester United, says Gideon? You know what? I actually do, because he'd be better than Lindelof and Maguire, so I do. Nathan Redmond's going to come on for Southampton. I rate Redmond. I think he's a good player. Yeah, I think he's a good player, Nathan Redmond. He's had a bit of injury problems this year. Eden Hazard's coming on, says Nazar Haroon. If you know, you know. And I am doing Liverpool versus Spurs HTD as well. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be a quick turnaround. The link's in the video description. I'm actually doing it on Paddy Power, but it will be the same. It's still going to be me and you lot on the live comments. So links in the video description for that will be straight after. With that, very excited for the Liverpool Spurs game. I mean, to be honest with you, this would be a good result for United. Arsenal-Southampton draw would be a good result. because then Arsenal don't win, but Southampton don't win, which means we could go past them. But the way it's going at the moment, Arsenal could win this. Good shot, Banzaka, and it's tipped around for a corner. Jesse Lingard won the Champions League with Parma as my first choice cam and takes them to glory. They haven't seen him since the 90s. Career mode, says Racehorse Red. Fair play. Cross comes in, cleared away. Which way is this game going to go? Well, it's Arsenal. It's Aubameyang. Oh, could have been deflected in for an OG there. But it's back with the keeper, McCarthy. Half an hour to go. Rodrigo has scored for Leeds, apparently. 2-1. We don't want Leeds playing well ahead of Sunday. They've been in a bit of bad form recently, haven't they? But they're 2-1 now. FIFA Career Mode's back tomorrow, Kieran. 3:30. Top of the table game as well against Liverpool. I need an early night, really, but I'm doing all this work. Please subscribe if you're new, by the way. They all love me. They all love me. Them girls, the girls, they all love me. I don't know why I sang that. Oh, good little turn there. Will Gabriel get booked? I think he will. I think you will, mate. It's a booking for Gabriel. And he's off! Oh, he's off! It's a red card! Unbelievable! Arteta, you've got to feel sorry for him now. You've got to feel sorry for Arteta now. I mean, we'll have to see this back. It's absolutely unbelievable. Oh, I tell you what. I don't know what his first yellow card was for. Well, it's stupid. Absolutely stupid. Gabriel. And this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. How can you blame the manager when you've got prats making stupid decisions like that? Absolute prat. He is a prat. Gabriel. It'd be better off with that one in the bloody... from the songs. Dreams can come true. Look at me, babe, I'm with you. You know you gotta have dreams. You know you gotta be strong. I tell you what, that Gabrielle would be a better centre-back for Arsenal now. She'd be there singing about dreams for Arteta and he'd be happy. Now he's sad. Gabrielle sent off. Second yellow card. Oh, God. Second game in a row. Arsenal down to 10 men with about half an hour to go. And second game in a row. How is that? I mean, this is where the drama Arsenal fans are going to be losing their shit. Because they'll be blaming Arteta for this. Absolutely ridiculous. It's madness. Absolute madness. I mean, apparently DT is not happy because it was Walcott's fault. But the reality is, that's a yellow card, mate. I get it. I get it. I absolutely get it. And as a United fan, I'd be pulling my hair out and my hair. But that's the second yellow card. It's a yellow card every day of the week because he's pulled him back. You know, and it's clever play by Walcott, but it's not like he's touching thin air. He actually does physically touch him, and that's prattish. Let him go. Let it go. But no, it's like that Chelsea game at the start of the season where Christensen did it on Mane. You let him go, he might score, he might not score, but you stay on the pitch. You don't let him go, you go down to 10 men for 80 minutes, you're going to lose the game. To make things worse, his first yellow was for kicking the ball away, says Sharath Math Fitness. Exactly. It's indiscipline. David Luiz is going to come on. The chances of Arsenal getting a result now are going to be slim. And he's going to lose 2 games in a row because of twats. And Nketiah comes off for David Luiz. But Gabriel has been sent off for being petulant, kicking the ball away and then a silly foul. How is that anything to do with tactics? You know, when you buy a player, you can't go into their brain and go, When their backs are up against the wall, what's he going to do? Is he going to do something petulant? You learn. And unfortunately, this is the problem with Arsenal. It's the playing squad. Xhaka at the weekend, Tierney on the first goal, Gabriel with the sending off. Mentality weak. They ain't Arsenal players. And look, I love bantering Arsenal. I love it. But I also know what Arsenal Football Club's all about. I'm old enough to remember them winning stuff with George Graham. I remember them winning titles. I remember people like David Rocastle, Paul Davies, Michael Thomas, who scored the goal against Liverpool, Tony Adams, Steve Bold, Lee Dixon, David Seaman, John Lukic. I remember all these players before the Bergkamps and the Henrys and the Vieiras. I fully know Arsenal's history, and this is not it. This is not good enough. The players they've got are an embarrassment to that shirt, and that's from a Manchester United fan who, look, I'd love to get their rivalry back. The best ever Premier League rivalry I've seen, and I'm not biased, was the late 90s, because that Arsenal team and that United team were immense. And look, Arsenal got knocked out in an FA Cup semi-final and took us to the last day of the title in 99. No one ever remembers second place because that's the greatest English club ever that won the treble in 99. Arsenal were like a penalty away from knocking us out of the FA Cup, and another winner away from stopping us win the league. So how good was that Arsenal team back then? The rivalry was fantastic, but they're just nowhere near where they need to be. Nowhere near. The playing squad is a joke. An absolute joke. Keep switching over to the clowns for a laugh. Got to feel sorry for Arteta, though. He's on the final countdown, says Luke Darling. And thanks for the super chat. It shows Arteta doesn't know how to instill discipline in his players. No, it doesn't, mate, because it's petulance. It's petulance. You know, Man United have had players like this. Roy Keane, you know, Sir Alex Ferguson didn't want to tame him. You know, when Roy Keane got sent off for stamping on that goalkeeper, or when he did it for doing it on Haaland, does that mean Sir Alex Ferguson's a bad coach? You can only go so far, and you know, these are high-level professionals, and they're disrespecting you, the fans of Arsenal. They're not, you know, it's nothing to do with Arteta. That's individual idiocy. And you know, you can't win games with prats like that in the team. We've got no leaders on the pitch, Kay. I absolutely agree with you. I am doing Liverpool versus Spurs, clapped. Hopefully the link is in the video description for you, because it's being done on the Paddy Powers YouTube channel, but it'll be the same setup. And we'll just go straight over to there. Pochettino next manager for Arsenal. What you reckon, Mark? Saying that, I do feel sorry for Arteta, says Michael Southcombe. Mate, you know what? I'd lose all respect for Arteta, for Pochettino, if he went to take the Arsenal job. He won't do that. He won't do that. Well, Alex Brown says, come on, Saints. Can Southampton get the winner in the last 20 minutes now? That's the thing. They're up against 10 men. It does not get any easier for Arsenal. Like I say, their next two league games are Everton and Chelsea. I mean, I hope that Arteta does stay in a job and get stop Chelsea from winning, because I think they're a threat for whatever United want to achieve this season. But United dodged the bullet with Gabriel, says Lamar. And that should have been a goal. Ball over the top. He can't believe he's missed it, Nathan Redmond. He's hit the bar. And again, you've got to look at the defending here. He makes a run. Who's picking up Nathan Redmond here? Nobody. Just lets him go. Two defenders. I mean, that's shocking from Arsenal. I love the way that they've shown that back there, because he gets palmed off by Holding and Maitland-Niles. Like, it's not even... Normally, a defensive error is on one player. It's on two. They palm him off onto each other. And Redmond hits the bar. Should have been 2-1. And yeah, I agree with Gideon in a way. He says, I still like Gabriel. At the end of the day, you know, I've seen plenty of centre-backs go to Arsenal. You're a victim of your surroundings sometimes. You know, good players can become bad players very, very quickly, can't they? Anyway, corner's coming in here. Southampton are very good at that front post corner, but Arsenal managed to clear it. Could Arsenal get anything out of this game? Not with a ball like that. He's been very poor, Kieran Tierney. Very, very poor today. Omar Galma says, what is the difference between this red and Fred's red against PSG? Discipline problems. Why blame Ollie for Fred's red and not Arteta for Gabriel's? I didn't blame Ollie for Fred's red, so you're talking to the wrong person there. I was the one who said that, a lot of people said Ollie should have took Fred off at half time. I said no, he shouldn't. I think with the Fred thing, it was about keeping him on the pitch as long as he did. Fred got sent off in the 69th minute and he should have come off in the 60th or the 65th. He was on the pitch too long. He was getting tired. So it was nothing the only blame people put on Ollie was about whether he should have subbed him off. Do you think Arteta should have subbed Gabriel off? You don't have to sub a player off because they're on a yellow card, especially when they're important players. I think with Fred, it was just that tiredness. That's why but some people said he should have come off at half time. I disagree. Southampton, from a tactical point of view, just a little glimpse. They're overloading on the back post, and Maitland-Niles is getting double teamed a lot because Pepe is not helping him out. Just a bit of a tactical thing. If you think Pepe is bad going forward, he's also absolutely shit at helping Maitland-Niles out as well. I've seen that a couple of times now. They're getting 2v1s on the back post. Everton are 2-0 up against Leicester. That's a good result as well for United because Leicester have been doing really, really well. Everton seem to have found a bit of form recently. They've beaten Chelsea and Leicester. Good performance there. They've got 2 wins against 2 good teams, and they've got Arsenal on Saturday evening. We're doing that as a watch along on this channel, so make sure you subscribe. Another good cross from Ward-Prowse, punched away by Leno. They really like to try and get it in around that front post. He's put 3 really good crosses in, and Arsenal have actually defended quite well against them. Only Partey and Aubameyang have a shout with getting into the United squad. Goes to show it's not on Arteta, says Eric McGuinness. Arsenal, yeah, we are watching Arsenal. Just wanted to have a look at the table. Everton are up to 5th with 23 points. Manchester United would need to score more than 2 goals to go ahead of Everton on goal difference tomorrow. Everton up to 5th. Southampton at the moment would be in 4th place with a point, but however, they have got an opportunity to go top for a couple of hours. If they can find a winner here, they'd go to 26 points, and Leicester are losing, so they would not go above them. Tight at the top. Arsenal, how's it looking for them? Currently they're on 14 points, so they would hold on to 15th place even if Brighton win later. Leeds winning as well, of course. Or are they? Maybe Leeds are drawing. Leeds are drawing with Newcastle now. It's 2-2. Clark and Hendrick for Newcastle. Bamford and Rodrigo for Leeds. I am doing Liverpool versus Tottenham, yes. 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 Looking forward to that one as well. Very much looking forward to it. No Cavani tomorrow for United. United stand is live right now. If you're interested in just popping over there and raiding, I think they'd appreciate the views because I think everyone's watching me on here. Go and say hello to Ricky and Flex, even if it's just for a second or two. They're live on the United stand and I think they're feeling a little bit lonely. They're talking about the game tomorrow. Let's have a look how they're doing actually. I can look on my phone. 15 minutes to go. I reckon Arsenal at this point would be overjoyed with a point. I predicted 2-2. I might still be right, but I think I'm going to could be right about a draw. But yeah, I mean, I did. That's what I wanted to have a quick look at actually. Where's Arsenal in the league? You always have to go to page 2. Arsenal scores and fixtures. December results. Lost to Burnley and they lost to Spurs. They lost to Spurs. I thought somebody said they'd had a player sent off in their last 3 games. They didn't get anyone sent off against Spurs. I knew I'd watch that game. 2-0 at the moment to Everton against Leicester. Now, thanks everyone who's raided Ricky and Flex. They'll love that. They're on the United stand if you want to go and do it. Yeah, 14 minutes to go in this game. You feel that Southampton will get a chance. Leno's got hold of that. You feel that they will get a chance. It's whether they're going to take that chance. United aren't going to draw tomorrow, Ali. I want Spurs and Liverpool to draw, and it would almost be the perfect... I mean, again, it went well for us at the weekend, United. It went well for United at the weekend because we drew with Man City, but Liverpool drew, Chelsea lost, Spurs drew, obviously Man City drew. But it's gotten better this week. It's gone midweek. We haven't played yet. Chelsea lose, Man City draw, Leicester lose, Southampton draw. Liverpool are playing Spurs, so one of them's going to drop points. Hopefully both of them drop points. Then we beat Sheffield United and we're going to make 3 and 2 points on everybody again. So it's going to be... it could be very interesting. United won't mess it up tomorrow. And not because I don't think United can mess it up, just because Sheffield United are absolute shit. That's why. They are... they're poor, aren't they? So, yeah, it's looking forward to it. Looking forward to how it's going to go. (3-2) to Leeds. Looks like another cracking game. Leno gets hold of the ball there. You just know there's something in the tail here, don't you? You know there's going to be something in the tail. Arsenal don't do last 10 minutes hold on to a draw. It's not what we do, says the Arsenal fan. Mark and your YouTube... What? What's that? What's that? Mark, you and YouTuber beat 'em ups are related, says Tony. No, don't even know who it is. Hello, Mark. Hope you're well, says PJ Pennington. Thanks, mate. Thanks for the super chats. There are no super chats on the Paddy Power stream, so if you want to do any super chats, you've got basically 12 minutes to do your super chats because they don't have super chats on there. So I'll just be reading the normal comments, hopefully. But if there's anything particular you want to say on a super chat, thank you. You can do that through the $sign on this channel. I am going to be doing Everton Arsenal on Saturday as well on this channel. So make sure you subscribe if you're new. And I am doing Liverpool versus Spurs. It's just going to be on the Paddy Power channel where I've dropped the link in the video description. So I'll be stopping and starting. If you manage United, what formation would you play, says Eric McGuinness? I don't mind the 4-2-3-1. You know, Ollie says I don't change the formation. If you don't, you might not change the formation, Ollie. But what you also don't do is you don't do it properly. Oh, good interception by Arsenal here. 10 minutes left. Imagine if they won. Imagine if they managed to get a win. It will be pissing Arsenal off, though. You know, it will piss them off because they would have wanted tonight to be a win. You know, when you're down there at the bottom, you know, it's wins that matter, isn't it? And a point isn't good enough at the moment for Arsenal. Oh, another corner for Southampton there. Thoughts on Wenger as next England manager, says Noisy Blue. I wouldn't mind him to be the next manager, to be honest with you. Wouldn't mind it at all. Corner for Southampton. They've got good corner takers. Leo Castro says, let's do a flex raid. If you want to do it, he's on the United stand. Give him a raid. He'll be wondering where the views are coming from. And that's not a good corner from Arsenal. From Southampton. With how the league is run, could United win it, says Ubayad. Mate, it's such a weird league season this year. Anything is possible. It really is. Bayern are training 1-0, says Renaud. I take it Dortmund won last night. I didn't see the result. I saw the team news came out. It's 1-1. Side netting for Southampton there. How's your fantasy Premier League team looking? I haven't updated my fantasy Premier League team in weeks. So if it's getting points, it's getting points. But I haven't really looked at it for a while. Imagine if Pogba leaves in January and we win the league, says King01. I'd love it. I'd love it. That's the sort of thing I'd love to imagine. Why can't we try McTominay at centre-back? He has been doing well there for Scotland, says Hodge Burn It Down. Oh my God. I don't even want McTominay to play in the midfield, let alone trying him out in a position that he doesn't play. Well, I know he does it for Scotland, but you know, Scotland is hardly the epicentre of top-class football, is it? Mark, are we the first team that ever employed Manuel from Fawlty Towers twice in a row? Emery and Arteta, says Zayn Miasi. You know what, Zayn? The problem is, you might have won this game. You were on top. You got back to 1-1. You get a sending off, and you're up against it. It's difficult, isn't it? It's difficult to be critical. I mean, I've stuck up for Arteta quite a few times tonight because I just feel that the players are letting the fans down at Arsenal. And you know, I don't think a new manager is going to make any difference, if I'm honest with you. Gabrielle got sent off. Alfie Hurst, dreams can come true, and not that one. She'd be better. She'd be a better centre back for Arsenal. So the players are letting the manager down. But as soon as you go down to 10 men, if you get a point out of this, it's a good point now. If you get a winner, it's an amazing result. But Arsenal's chances of winning this game are destroyed by the fact that you don't have 11 players on the pitch. Always difficult. But a rare chance for Arsenal to have a bit of a possession here. And they've got a chance to whip across into the box from a free kick. It's headed away by Southampton. Have a shot, mate. Pepe, that'll go wide. Thank you for the contribution, Aaron Brown. Zayn Super Chats lost nearly as much momentum as Arteta just lately, says Marcus. Yeah, Zayn is a lot more vocal with his Super Chats when things are going well for Arsenal. So he saves himself a lot of money when Arsenal are shit. Uh, 6 minutes to go of normal time. I tell you what though, if I was Hasenhüttl, I would be wondering, you know, should you not be going for this a little bit more? Chance to go top of the league with Southampton. I mean, look, you don't get many chances to do that, even if it's for a couple of hours. Hey Mark, you help me a lot and I appreciate your watch-alongs and thanks for liking my tweets. Keep it up. We love you, says L. James 1878. Thanks, mate. Nice tweet there. Nice message there. Mark, why are you picking on Scott McTominay like you used to pick on Fellaini? In your eyes, he's already not good enough. That's very harsh on McTominay, says Yazza Said. Yazza, stop victimising. Why are you picking on me with lies? That's bullshit that you're talking about there. I don't think McTominay's good enough for United, but I hope he is. I'm not a closed book. I thought a year ago Matic was finished and he had a brilliant 2020 for about 8 months of it. So, you know, any United player can turn it around and any United player will get credit where it's due. Like Maguire's been terrible for weeks. If he starts playing well, he'll get credit. I'm not going to pretend that I think Scott McTominay's good enough for United when I don't. But if he does become good enough, then he will get the praise. That's the way it should be. I don't do agendas. This is what I'm trying to say. There's no point in doing agendas because all I care about is Manchester United winning and players being good enough to wear that shirt. And I think this is the problem with some Arsenal fans as well. They will not go in on certain players because they like that player. Oh, I'll let him off the hook, even though, like, a lot of Arsenal fans love Gabriel because he's a new signing. Whoa, I thought that was in from Redmond. Lovely shot, cut in from the right-hand side, whacks it with some curl, and I just saw the net moving. Oh, side netting, lovely shot. Lovely shot. But yeah, and a lot of people won't want to go in on Gabriel, but you're just being pure to your club if you go in on players who deserve the criticism. It doesn't mean that you don't like that player. Like when Martial, I said when Martial missed that chance against PSG, I was like, you know, he's let the team down there. Doesn't mean you have to hate him. Doesn't mean you have to dislike him. He can still be one of your favourite players. But on that occasion, he's let you down. 5-2 to Leeds. They're looking like they're going to come to Old Trafford and have a go. I can't wait for Man United Leeds. I feel like Sheffield United's just a dress rehearsal, really. But can't wait for that. Three minutes to go. Would not surprise me if Arsenal were to concede a goal here. Caleb says, I feel embarrassed that United lost to Arsenal. But we lost to Arsenal last year and we came third and they came eighth. It's called a league for a reason. It's not a cup. If you lose in the cup, you're out. Unless it's two legs. It's a league. And like, you know, Arsenal... This is Arsenal when they beat United. Like a bunch of prats. You've won one game. You only get 3 points about it. Dancing about it. You're not going to get a trophy. You don't get more than 3 points. You've never had 3 points again. How many games have you played since that? So, I don't... You know what? If somebody said to me, would you rather lose to Arsenal or would you rather... They might be getting a penalty here, Southampton. Would you rather beat Arsenal and never win again? Or would you rather lose to Arsenal and have the run that we've had? I don't care. I do care that we lost to Arsenal, but ultimately, I would rather be in a situation that we're in. Like, that's the problem with them. They beat Arsenal and they beat United and they take their foot off the pedal. Was this a penalty for Southampton? You know what? He does run into him. But could have been a penalty. I'm with Panda there. It should have been a penalty, really. It's not, obviously, VAR doesn't think it is, but he's ran straight into him. Could have been a penalty, that. Could have been a penalty. About a minute to go here. Thing is with Arsenal, you always know there's got the potential to be a sting in the tail. Bew Foster says, what's your most live viewers on That's Football? This is going to make you laugh. We had 21,000 for a FIFA career mode European final. I don't know. I don't know how it works, but yeah, that's our highest. I don't know what's going on here. Four minutes added on. So who's going to join me for Liverpool versus Spurs? The link's in the video description for that. It is going to be the same setup, but it is going to be on Paddy Power. Bielsa or Poch, says Eric McGuinness. I do rate Bielsa. I think he's a good coach. It's not 2-1 to Southampton, Hrutish, so you can piss off. Narish says not me. Probably got to go to bed, haven't you? And apparently Ty's blaming the ref for the penalty. There was no penalty. I don't think Southampton have gone for this as much as they could have done against 10 minutes. You've got, 10 minutes, 10 men. You've got half an hour against 10 men. I don't think they've gone for it as much as they should have done. I missed Arsenal hitting the bar. I did. I was looking at my phone. I was trying to see the team news for Liverpool and Spurs, but we'll cover that on the stream. About a minute left. Southampton have got the time to put the cross in if they want to. They've worked it out to the left-hand side with Redmond into the box. World Prowse. Oh, good tackle. Southampton still win it back. And he's given a foul on El Nini. Jason says it's full time. I think it will be full time. Good point for Arteta, that. If he's got it. And I'd say individual areas apart, they've been well organised tonight. I said it in the first half. They clearly came into this game looking to keep, to keep it tight and build on that. Tierney makes a mistake. Gabriel gets sent off and he gets away with a point against Southampton. I think he'd be very happy with that. I do think he'd be very, very happy with that. Anyway, Light, Thanks everyone for watching. Make sure you subscribe if you're new, bottom right hand corner. We're back tomorrow with FIFA Career Mode on this channel, and we have got a watch along on Saturday night with Everton and Arsenal at 5:30. But Liverpool versus Spurs is the big watch along I'm doing next. Links in the video description for that, because it's not on this channel. It's on the Paddy Power channel. I'm going to be live in about 4 minutes time. Links in the video description. If you've got 4 minutes, do me a big favour. Check out United Stand. Go and raid Ricky and Flex. They'll absolutely shit themselves if their views go up from 2,000 to 5,000. They'll be like, what's going on? So click over to United Stand for a couple of minutes and listen to them. And then Paddy Power YouTube channel. I'll be live in about 4 minutes. Speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching.